I was going to do this video on professional ball players or people that's in sports that like to get up on TV and run their mouth. And then I thought to myself, if I did that, I would be just like them. I'd be no different than what they are, because they love to get up there on TV and tell you what you should do and how you should do it, which way you should vote, exactly what you think, what you should buy, where you should go. And the thing is, people follow them like sheep to the slaughter. I mean, it's just, sure, okay, whatever you say, we'll do. Y'all are gods. But here's what you really got to think about. You got to think that they don't give a flying flip about you. At the end of the day, they got their millions of dollars. They're going to their big fancy home, and they don't care one flip about you or what's going to go on in your life or what's going to happen with your life. And maybe that's good with you. Maybe that's good with most people. Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. That could be true too. I'm not going to take advice from people that have no bearing in my life, on which way I should go or what I should do or how I should do it, because they don't know the struggles that we're going through out here in the GP as general population. They don't know what it's like to be middle or bottom rung of society out here. They get paid millions of dollars to chase a ball up and down, back and forth, round and round, whatever. And, at the end of the day, like I said, they're going to go home to their mansion and they're going to do their drugs and drink their Hennessy and, do all that shit and just create trouble. And these little boys and girls, they're going to idolize them for doing all that, which I think is really silly, but hey, more power to them. So the message of today is, I'm not going to be like them. I'm going to say, live your life the way you think your life should be lived, not the way that some ball player thinks it should be lived, not the way that I think it should be lived. You got to live your life the way you want to and how you think you should live your life. And I was taking a shower earlier and I had a thought that come across my head. So, this video, I've got a few random thoughts that I'm just going to throw out there. Like I said, I was taking a shower earlier and I had a thought that ran through my head, and it was kind of funny to me. It's, most of these people chasing these ball players and all, they live in Section 8 housing. They live off the government. When they go buy that $100 jersey, that's tax money from you or I. That's how they got their money to go buy that jersey or that tennis shoe or whatever it is that they're going to buy. Which, hey, that's all good. They've learned how to work the system, so good for them. But the thought was, I hear these people, I'm going to get me a good man, or I got me a good man, and then a couple weeks later is, I got a good man, and names change. Here's a plan, or here's a thought about a plan. My thought is, before you concentrate on getting you a good man, why don't you make a plan? Because that good, so-called good man is probably going to knock your dumb ass up. So you're going to be pregnant with child. You got no way to support the child. And here's a news flash. This is a big, big, big news flash. The government is not your baby daddy. We, the people, should not have to pay for your baby. If we pay for your baby, then we should have the right to say how that baby is raised. Don't you think so? We're paying for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of y'all are failing. Fail, big ol' F, fat F, failing, just flat out on your face. Dumb shit, don't know, failing on raising children. Have you seen some of these dipshits that's coming up today? Oh my God. And I'm talking about little bitty children. between the ages of talking to preteen, their mamas and daddies had failed them so bad. It is so bad the way that they have been failed, and it's their mom and daddy's fault. And it's mostly my generation's fault for not just backhanding the shit out of the children that we raised, that's raising the children now when they needed it. No, but we had our parents, especially my parents, every time I went to smack the kid, oh, leave that baby alone. You're not going to spank that baby. Leave that baby alone. I said, okay, fine. You don't be that way, y'all raise the baby. Now that the baby's been raised, the baby's an adult, not quite 30 years old. Oh, I hurt so bad. I ache. I pain. I got this. I got that. That's her excuse for every little thing. I'm 50. If I hurt as much as that 29-year-old hurt, I would be dead. I would literally be dead. Oh, well, that's because I'm tougher than you. Ain't been through a quarter of the shit that I've been through. I've been drugged down the road. I've been shot at. I've been stabbed. I've been beat. My life, I've been repeatedly beat. A lot of that's by my own family, believe it or not. So, I had assholes for brothers. Anyways, it's just, it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. So, making a plan. Before you drop them panties to let Freddie fuck you, have a plan in place. It's called birth control. Or if you done and dropped them panties and you done and contracted something that you're having to take antibiotics. Now here's another news flash. Antibiotics cancels birth control. So if you're on antibiotics because you done and got some infectious disease from Fasty Fucker over here, well, your birth control ain't going to be effective, and you really shouldn't be dropping them panties anyways, because you're going to spread that disease like this virus we got going around, and it ain't going to make sense. So keep your panties up if you're on antibiotics, because you probably got something and you really don't want to give it to somebody else unless you're just some dipshit that likes doing that, which a lot of y'all are. Excuse me for contradicting myself there. So, birth control, one way or the other. Either keep your panties up, take the pill. Last resort, make him wrap that thing up with something, because that does help. It will do the job as long as the idiot ain't stood in the corner and laughed at it with his friends, poked holes in it with a needle. Watch this, I'm gonna knock her out. She ain't never gonna know it. That's the way the little retards do. Now you're getting screwed with a condom that really, why even wear it at that point? It's just ridiculous. So, keep your panties up. Don't have the brats, because you ain't got a plan. You're not making a plan. You don't know how you're going to support them. And like I said a minute ago, the government of the United States is not your baby daddy. If we have to pay to raise them, I want to say and how they're raised. I want to come to your house. I want to see how they're being raised. I want to make sure your house is clean. I want to make sure they're getting shit knocked out of them when they need it. I want to make sure things are going right. I want to make sure that money that you're getting ain't going to Freddie Fucker over here. And what brings me to this point, this morning I went into Subway to get me a sandwich. Young woman behind the counter there, fixing my sandwich, my breakfast sandwich there, and was about halfway through making the sandwich, and Freddie Fucker walks up and says, all right, I'm going home, I love you. Looked like he hadn't showered in days, looked like he just don't own a toothbrush, looked like he wouldn't work if, he was just rolling in cotton making money, he wouldn't work at it. It was beyond him. But yet here was this young girl behind the counter, and he was taking the car and going on back to the house so he could lay his lazy fat ass up in the bed. So that's what got me on the rant today. Don't be like them. Don't be like this jackass that dropped this woman at work and then he's going to go pile up in bed and not do a job. Don't be that person that has planned to fail by not making a plan. If you're going to have babies, have a plan on how you're going to pay for them babies. And just know where you're going in life. Don't be like the crowd, the majority of the crowd. The majority of the crowd is going to follow a few who really don't know what the hell they're talking about. which means all these ball players up there on TV, y'all follow and do as we say. Or what? Show me the or what. You know, and I'm going to tell you, if the or what's, well, we're going to put a bullet in your head, go ahead and put the bullet in my head, because I'm still not going to follow you. You suck. You really do. You're overpaid, whiny ass, little punk ass brats. Should have been smacked in the head a lot more than you did. God. So, you know, I won't ever follow anybody that's got multi-millions of dollars just because they jump up there and say, well, follow me. For what? Or what? So, message for today, don't be like them. Be yourself. Be independent. Have a thought process. Have a plan. If you make plans in life and you stick with them plans, odds are you're going to do very well. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I've made plans, I've stuck with the plans, I've been knocked down. I got back up, I won again. I've been knocked down. No matter how many times I get knocked down from my plan, I get back up and I get after my plan again. And currently, the plan's paying off. Yeah, I work hard, I work 100 plus hours a week, but I do well for myself, and I don't have to hold my hand out to nobody. I don't have to ask nobody for permission. I just do. That's because it's my plan, and I'm staying with my plan. So, I hope this video does some of y'all good. I appreciate everybody that viewed the last video. Like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, Rooster up. That's what it's all about. Just taking on what you find fear in and just doing it. Y'all have a good day.